Hey everyone, Marcus here, and welcome back to another episode on VA One-Time Close Construction Loans on the One-Time Close Construction channel. This is where we talk about real construction financing for real veterans. Today we've got something special lined up. My guest today is Bill, who we had the absolute pleasure of working with about 6 months ago. Bill, thanks for joining us.
Hey Marcus, thanks for having me. Honestly, I'm excited to talk about this because when we started this process, I had no idea what I was doing.
Well, that's exactly why we're talking today. Bill used a VA one-time close construction loan, and I want him to walk people through what that actually looks like from a borrower's perspective. Before we dive into Bill's experience, let me set the stage for veterans watching this. If you're a veteran exploring construction financing, you've probably heard some confusing things. Some lenders claim VA construction loans have to involve 2 separate closings. Others say builder credentials don't matter. Here's the thing, they're not being honest with you. The VA one-time close construction loan is absolutely real, and it's genuinely designed to benefit veterans. We're one of the only direct lenders in the entire USA offering this to veteran borrowers, and I want you to understand why that matters.
Can I jump in here? Because when Marcus's team first explained this to me, I was surprised. I thought I'd heard everything about VA benefits, but this was different.
I'm glad you bring that up, Bill. See, that's the difference between a lender that specializes in VA construction versus one that handles it occasionally, or even worse, brokers them out. When you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars building your dream home, you want people who do this every single day, not people who occasionally dabble in it and send off to other people to actually do the loan. Let me ask you directly, walk our viewers through how you discovered this option.
Okay, so my wife and I had been renting for years. We got married about 3 years ago, and we knew we wanted to own a home eventually, but the market was crazy. Existing homes were overpriced, bidding wars everywhere. One day my friend mentioned that he'd built a home with his wife using a construction loan. I'd never even considered that option.
And that's super common, honestly. Most people don't think about construction loans because they're not familiar with the process. It seems complicated from the outside.
Right. So I started researching, and I found your website. I called, and the first thing that struck me was how clearly someone explained everything. No jargon, no confusion, just straightforward information about what a VA one-time close construction loan actually is.
That's fantastic feedback. Tell people what one-time close means because that's crucial to understanding the advantage.
Okay, so basically, instead of going through 2 separate loan processes and 2 separate closings, everything happens at one time. My land purchase, the construction financing, and my permanent mortgage, all one closing. One set of papers, one closing date. That was huge for us because it meant less time dealing with paperwork and less stress overall.
And here's the thing that really matters. Less time means less cost. You're not paying double appraisal fees, double administrative costs, double underwriting fees, double credit pulls, double the title fees, duplicate processing charges. Everything gets rolled into one streamlined process.
Exactly. When they first explained the costs, I couldn't believe how transparent it was. There were no hidden fees, no surprise charges at closing. We knew exactly what we were paying before we ever walked into that title company.
Let's talk specifics because people need to understand the money side. Bill, what was your down payment?
0. That's the benefit of the VA loan, right? We used our VA benefit with 0 down. I think a lot of veterans don't realize they can do that with construction financing.
Right, your VA entitlement means no down payment required. Conventional borrowers need 5, 10, 15% down just to start. VA veterans get 0 down. That's a massive advantage, and honestly, it's one of the first reasons people should consider VA one-time close construction financing.
And can I say, that was life-changing for us. We weren't sitting around with a huge chunk of savings already saved up. We'd been renting and paying someone else's mortgage, right? We could redirect our resources into the actual home, rather than scraping together a massive down payment before we even started building.
Absolutely. That's the power of this benefit. Now let me ask about something that makes a lot of veterans nervous. During construction, you're not living in the home. How did the payment situation work?
Oh man, this was one of the coolest features. With a VA one-time close construction loan, the interest required during the construction phase is built right into the loan. We didn't make any monthly payments while the home was being built. Our money stayed available for other things we needed.
That's exactly right. Most people don't understand this benefit. Traditional financing forces you to make payments during construction on a home that doesn't exist yet. Your cash gets tied up. With this structure, you're not stretching yourself thin financially during an already demanding period.
We used that money for other expenses we had going on. We weren't stressed about dual payments or complicated financing arrangements. We knew we had breathing room during construction. Then we'd start regular payments once we moved in.
This is important, that financial breathing room can mean the difference between comfortable financing and genuine financial stress. Now let's talk about something that blew me away when Bill started describing it. Bill, tell people about the contingency reserve situation, because this is where a lot of lenders actually scam people.
Oh wow, okay. So our builder said there might be unexpected costs during construction. That's normal, right? Foundation issues, material price changes, things like that. Instead of panicking if something came up, we had a contingency reserve built directly into the loan. If the contractor needed extra funds for legitimate changes, it was there.
And here's where most lenders screw borrowers. They demand a 10% contingency fee paid upfront at closing, on top of your down payment. So a borrower thinking they're getting a zero-down loan actually ends up paying substantial contingency fees just to close. That's a bait and switch.
We didn't have to do that. Our contingency was included in the loan. And here's the best part. We didn't use the full contingency. At the end, the unused portion actually reduced our final loan balance through something called principal reduction.
That's huge. Tell people what that means practically.
It means our monthly mortgage payment is lower than it would have been because we didn't use all the contingency funds. We ended up with a smaller loan and better monthly payments for the life of our mortgage. How cool is that? It's incredibly cool because most lenders never give you that money back. You pay the contingency fee whether you use it or not. Bill's situation, that's genuine partnership between lender and borrower. Our goal is your success. And when our builder completed the home 6 months ago, the process was so smooth. I was honestly shocked at how professional everything was. The builder got paid properly through the draw process. Everything was inspected. There were no disputes or surprises at the end.
The draw process is another huge advantage people don't understand. Can you describe how that worked?
Yeah, so our builder would complete construction milestones, framing, roof, electrical work, plumbing, interior finish stages, and then request payment for that completed work. The loan company sent out an independent inspector to verify the work was actually done correctly. Once confirmed, funds wired to the builder within 72 hours.
That keeps projects moving. Builders stay motivated because they get paid promptly. You get protected because an independent inspector verifies quality work. It's a system that actually works for everyone.
I have to say, when we moved in, the entire experience felt different from what I'd heard other people describe with traditional construction projects. There was no drama, no delays, no unexpected financial disasters. Everything happened like it was supposed to happen.
And that's because VA one-time close construction loans are designed specifically to protect everyone involved. The lender, the builder, and most importantly, you, the borrower. Now Bill, let me ask you something people are probably wondering about right now. During the time your home was being built, what happened with your interest rate?
Okay, this was really interesting. We didn't lock our permanent interest rate until just before we moved in. Instead, our rate floated with the market during construction. If rates had dropped, we would have captured that lower rate. If rates had gone up, we had a rate cap guarantee that protected us.
Bingo! This is another area where we separate ourselves from competitors. Some lenders force you to lock your mortgage rate months before construction finishes and pay extended lock fees that are not refundable, sometimes in the tens of thousands. You're locked in. If the market improves, you miss out. If rates spike, you're stuck paying more.
Our way was different. We had market advantage plus protection. That felt really smart to me.
It is smart. You get the best rate available at completion, protected against unreasonable increases. That's genuine peace of mind.
And when I tell you our final interest rate was better than I expected, I was genuinely pleased. That locked-in rate for 30 years on our dream home, I couldn't have asked for a better outcome.
This is important for people watching to understand. If you're considering construction financing and someone tells you that you must lock your rate a year out, or that you have to jump through complicated hoops to get decent rates, walk away from that lender. That's not how real VA one-time, close construction financing works.
Absolutely. When I was researching lenders initially, I talked to a couple others and their processes seemed so complicated. Multiple closings, unclear fees, confusing timelines. When I called your team, everything was clear from the first conversation.
And that clarity matters because you're making one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. You deserve a lender who explains everything plainly, not one hiding behind complicated jargon. Now, here's something I want to address directly for veterans watching. Some lenders claim that builder VA registration doesn't matter. That's absolutely false. I want to be crystal clear about this. VA appraisers require the builder's VA registration number and bank approval before they'll even accept an appraisal assignment. Period. A lender telling you otherwise simply doesn't have real VA construction experience.
Is that true? I remember your team asking our builder about their VA registration, and they had all their documentation ready.
Exactly. Reputable builders understand VA financing. They maintain proper VA registration and licensing because they take veteran borrowers seriously. When you work with an experienced VA one-time close lender, the builder approval process typically takes 5 to 7 business days. It's not complicated, it's protection.
Our builder process was straightforward. They provided their VA registration, proof of licensing, insurance information, everything. It wasn't burdensome at all.
That's what a legitimate process looks like. If someone tells you builder registration is unnecessary, don't believe them. That's a warning sign they don't know what they're doing with VA construction loans. Let me be direct about something else. Some lenders spread misinformation about VA construction financing to steer veterans toward two-time close loans. They claim that VA one-time close loans aren't real or aren't available. That's deliberately misleading. These lenders profit from the complexity and extra fees of two-time close structures. We profit from your success and your referrals. That's the fundamental difference.
That's why I appreciated working with your team so much. You explained the options. You were clear about what we were getting. There was no pressure or manipulation. Just good information and professional service.
That's exactly how it should be. Now let me ask, if you had to give people one piece of advice about pursuing VA one-time close construction loans, what would it be?
Start early. Learn about your options. Don't just accept the first explanation you hear from a lender who might not actually specialize in this. Ask questions, and honestly, call the lender directly. Talk to a real person who does this work every single day. That made all the difference for us.
That's perfect advice. Talk to someone with real experience. See, Bill called us. He talked to our team. We walked him through everything. No pressure, just information. And 6 months later, he's in his dream home built exactly the way he wanted it. That's what real VA one-time, close construction financing looks like. If you're interested in exploring this option, you need to reach out to someone who actually specializes in VA construction loans. And honestly, call us at 888-857-8041. We'll walk you through your specific situation. We'll answer your questions. We'll show you real options.
I'm genuinely grateful we found you guys. This process should not be complicated. It wasn't for us because you made it simple and straightforward.
That's what we do. That's our specialty. We've been doing VA construction loans since 2004. We know these loans inside and out. We know the VA requirements. We know what builders need. We know what veterans need, and we deliver on all fronts. If you're sitting there thinking, hey, I'm a veteran, I want to build my dream home, I don't know where to start, that's exactly the person we help every single day. Call us at 888-857-8041 today. Don't wait another day wondering about possibilities. Let's make your dream real.
And honestly, coming from someone who did this, it was so much better than I expected. The professionalism, the clarity, the lack of unnecessary complications. If you have the VA benefit, why wouldn't you explore this option?
Exactly. You've earned this benefit through your service. Use it, maximize it, build the home your family deserves. Don't let another day pass renting someone else's property.
Right. Every month you're renting, that money is going to someone else. You could be building equity in your own home designed exactly for your family.
That's the reality. And with VA one-time close construction financing, it's achievable. You have the benefit, you have the path forward. The only missing piece is making that call. People watching right now, if you have questions about VA construction loans, about how one-time close financing works, about your specific situation, reach out at 888-857-8041. We'll talk through everything. We'll make sure you understand your options. We'll help you build your dream.
And if anyone's skeptical, I get it. It sounds too good to be true, but it's not. It's a real program designed for real veterans. It works. We're living proof.
Thank you, Bill, for sharing your experience. This is genuinely helpful for veterans exploring their options. For everyone watching, thanks for joining us. Remember, your VA benefit is powerful. Use it wisely. Build your future. Contact us today at 888-857-8041 to get started on your VA one-time close construction loan. You've served your country. Now build the home you deserve. For more helpful videos on how we can help you achieve your dream home, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Put your questions below in the comment section. Don't forget to call us at 888-857-8041.